Hello guys, welcome to my channel Cash Knowledge. We are going to start a new series for Python learning. This is going to be for the beginners who want to learn Python programming language. So in this first video, we will discuss Python introduction, Python history, the features of Python and the applications of the Python programming language. So let's get started. Python is a general purpose computer programming language that is used for writing the software applications. It was written in C programming language. It was written by Guido van Rossum in 1990s. It was started as a hobby project by Guido van Rossum. He was working on ABC programming language and he wanted to have the extensibility feature in the programming language. That's how he started working on the Python programming language. It was named after the BBC TV show called Monty Python's Flying Circus. Let's move to the Python history. So first version of Python, that is 0.9.0, was released in 1991. It had basic features like class, objects, exception handling, etc. After 3 years in 1994, Python version 1.0 was released with the functional programming features like lambda, map, filter and reduce. After 6 years in 2000, Python version 2.0 was released with new features like list comprehensions, garbage collector for memory management, etc. You guys don't need to worry about like what is list comprehensions, what is garbage collector. In the upcoming videos, we will be learning all these concepts one by one. So for now, just go with the flow. In 2008, Python 3.0 version was released that was backward incompatible, and recently from 2020 onwards, Python version 2 has been deprecated. Like there won't be any support for that. Like what it means is there won't be any bug fixes or the improvements for Python 2. So for now, the current active version is Python 3.0. Let's move to Python features. So first is free and open source. So Python is free and open source. Like we can go and download the Python for free. We don't have to buy any license or we don't have to pay any fee for using it. We can just start writing applications after downloading it. Second feature is it is easy to read and write. So Python syntax is quite straightforward. In comparison to other programming languages, C or Java, we have to write very less code for writing the applications. So it is called, that is why it is said to be like it is easy to read and write. Third feature is dynamically typed. So when we are writing the application or when we are writing the code, we don't have to specify like what kind of data we want to store. Like if you want to store integer type or string type, we can just declare the variable and start using it. But in other programming languages like C or Java, which are statically typed languages, we have to explicitly tell that I want to store string data or I want to store integer data. So we have to define the type of the data before using it. But that's not the case with the Python. Like few set of people also believe because it is dynamically typed, so sometimes it becomes a bit difficult to read the code base for the beginners because they don't know like what kind of data it is actually storing. Another feature is object-oriented language. So the purpose of object-oriented programming is like it provides the reusability. You don't have to write a lot of duplicate code. You can reuse the existing code base. It also helps you in maintaining your code base. It also increases the productivity of the code base because you're following certain structure, and it also helps you in debugging your code base because again you have a certain structure that we are following. Another feature is cross-platform language. So what it means is like you can write the application on one platform and you can run it on any other platform. Like you can write your application in Windows and you can run that application on maybe Mac or Linux and any other platform. Another feature is extensible. Like Python programming language is extensible. We can extend it. So what it means is we can use the other programming languages in Python. For example, if we want to use the library written in C, Python provides the interfaces that we can use to call the C libraries. That is why it is called like Python is extensible programming language. It is also embeddable. So embeddable means like we can use Python's code in another programming language. For example, there could be a use case where we are writing a script in Python because it might be easier. It's possible like we have a library available for that in Python. So we will write a script in Python and then in C programming language, I can call that Python script. So that is embeddable. So how extensible and embeddable are different from each other. In extensible, Python code is calling the another programming language. For example, it is calling this or it is using the C language. But embeddable means like in other programming language, for example in C, we are calling the Python script. So that is how both of these are different from each other. Then another feature is rich set of standard libraries. So Python Pro has the rich set of libraries that we can use. For example, if we have to play around with the different file formats, if we want to read the CSV file, XLS file, we have the libraries available, we can use them. If we have to do the mathematical calculations, scientific calculations, we have libraries for that as well. Like NumPy is there. If you have to do some kind of data analysis, we have library called Pandas for that. So Python provides huge set of libraries that are available, and we can use them. Let's move to the Python applications. So Python is used for various purposes, like it is used in console based applications. It is also used for web applications. So there are a few frameworks like Django, Flask that can be used to writing the web applications. It is also used for game development. Like it provides libraries like Pygame that we can use for writing the games. It also used in image processing applications. For example, if you want to blur the image, or we want to convert the one format to another format, for example PNG to JPEG, so any kind of image processing we want to do, that also we can do in Python programming language, because it has available libraries for that. It is used for scientific and numeric applications, like if you have to do some kind of data analysis, or we have to do complex mathematical calculations or scientific calculations. So there are libraries like NumPy, Panda that can be used for these purposes. Python can also be used for writing the GUI applications. GUI stands for graphical user interface. So it provides the libraries using which we can create the GUI. And it is also used for web scraping applications. So for example, I might have a requirement where I want to query multiple websites for, say, comparing the flight prices. So I can for example, I can use the library like Beautiful Soup, and I can scrap the multiple websites, and I can fetch the prices and then compare. So it is used for that purpose as well. So that's it in this video. Thank you for watching.